Yeah, it's CC, CEO. Wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that can teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black on firm, but we ain't all black.
Hey, what's up, April Sampay? What's cracking like a big Megan?
So cool, and oh my gosh, when I tell you, you are the rap queen. You know,
do you know it? Do you know it by heart, April?
Okay, it's CC, it's CEO. When it's in your life, from see me, yo. Hey. Something.
Build up, well. I'm a bestseller, house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, go build the teeth. No, you're supposed to be beatboxing, girl.
Like business, baby. Savings. What?
What's up, April Sampay? How you doing, mama?
What's going on, gorgeous one? How you doing?
No. Isn't your husband from Jamaica? You gotta say what's guan. What? Oh, I ain't gonna say it right. Wagwan, April. What's up, everybody? As you come in here, how are you today? Listen, we know we have people that watch from all over the world, and I see people coming in. You see them coming in? Come on, you're invited. And as you make yourself comfortable, I want you to tell us where you are watching from, because we know we have people that watch from all over the world. So are you watching from Augusta, where April is? Are you watching from the DMV, where I am? Are you in California? Are you in Australia? Are you in China? Are you in the UK? Where are you? Because you know this is a dialogue and not a monologue. We want you to talk back at us, right, April?
You know what? I would like that, because I don't like to talk to you and then you're not talking back. That's just rude.
It is.
And so, can we also add one more piece?
Yeah.
Can y'all please take your shoes off on your way in, because, you know, I don't dirty up the floors.
Okay.
Okay.
Take your shoes off before you come up in our house.
Right. Come on in, take your shoes off, get nice and comfortable, maybe grab a glass of wine or something or other.
That's what I forgot. I forgot the wine, because this is going to be a good conversation tonight. What's up, Eugenia from Knoxville, Tennessee? Oh, Brian from Miami. Brian loves coming over here and harassing, girl. Brian be up in here.
Brian will give us a hard time.
He may. I think he told me and my daughter that we wasn't never gonna get married. Nobody ever wanted us. That we couldn't get a man. I think you said that to us, right, Brian? Ain't that what you said? Yeah, I remember that.
Well,
yeah.
You know, Brian. I mean, Cape Town, come through.
Cape Town in the house. What's happening, Cosmic Flower?
Hey.
What's the topic? Oh, this is my cousin Travis. What's up? Oh, this is something that you'll like, because Travis is always talking about something that has to do with some battle of the sexes. What we're going to talk about tonight is, why do successful men get a pass for cheating? That is what we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm sure you're going to have some good feedback for us today, Travis. And we actually have some brothers on here. No much love and respect. No, you be in here clowning, Brian. Don't act like you don't. I know you do.
Well, okay, maybe it's another Brian. Maybe that's another
Brian Price.
Maybe it's another Brian Price from Miami, Florida. Maybe.
Okay. Maybe it's another.
We won't give the benefit of the doubt. Don't give us no trouble, Brian.
You better not.
Look out for you. Okay.
So Travis already said no. He said no, successful men don't get a pass for cheating. But let's have a conversation about it, because in today's environment, and we hear all of these podcasts, these battle of the sexes, where people talk about different things. I've heard people say that the more successful you are, the more likely that you are to cheat. Mm-hmm. Is that true? And if you are more successful, do successful men actually get a pass for cheating? So,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's funny because when you watch a lot of reality TV, you see it happen all day. And I'm going to just like you, even though I don't even really watch the show, but Love and Hip Hop, for example.
Okay.
That happens all over Love and Hip Hop. And then the next day they're back in a relationship. And I can't think it's two people. The guy used to always wear nail polish. He had blonde hair.
Oh yeah. That's when I used to watch it. That was like years ago though. The dreadlocks, right?
Yeah. I don't watch it at all, but I've seen a few episodes. But homeboy was like cheating every 15 minutes. And she's like, welcome back. And by the way, I'm going to give you a baby. Like, hold on, sir, ma'am. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
We're rewarding someone for sleeping around.
Yeah. Yeah. She gave him a baby.
Hey,
They-
a whole child.
she went half on a baby with him. But they say, listen, unsuccessful dudes cheat all the time too. So are we giving the brokies a pass more than we giving the successful ones a pass? Like what really is it? What's up, Jamie from Central Louisiana? Successful men- I'm sorry.
I was saying hi to Jamie. Sorry, go ahead.
So listen, we have two actually extremely successful brothers here that are going to join us today. Okay. So first we have Jeff Gordon. Jeff is the CEO and co-host of In Brotherly Love podcast. What's happening, Jeff? Jeff and his two brothers, they had me on their podcast a few weeks ago and we had so much fun.
Well, we had a good time. We had a very good time.
We did. So what do your brothers do?
So I have my one brother is an attorney. My other brother, he's an athletic director at one of the bigger high schools in the area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jeff Gordon is the CEO of Aperion,
Yes.
Aperion, co-host of In Brotherly Love. He's a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Yes, indeed.
Highly successful brother. Let me tell you, I went to Jeff's house. I'm gonna tell on you real quick, Jeff.
Here we go.
So I went to Jeff's house. So listen, I've hung out with Jeff on many occasions.
Oh man, we still here.
Yeah. We're gonna go there real quick.
I thought we were past this. See, they don't never let nothing go.
We network in the same circles. I done been to his house. We've been to the cigar bar. I've only been here a year. I done hung out, been in spaces and places with Jeff in many places, right? So our mutual friend Marcus, his best friend, his homeboy.
That's my guy.
Come over. Yeah, Marcus, you know Marcus. Yeah. Come over to Jeff's house. He does this huge barbecue, this huge cookout every year.
Ain't got nothing better to do backyard barbecue. Y'all need to come on through.
That joint. Now, this man, he owned about 20 acres or something like that. And so people, it was about 300-400 people. They have tents. They had a band. They had a DJ, food. It was awesome. I don't know if you see me when I was doing a cigar. I had a little cigar. I should. While we on here, I'm gonna put it up. But I'm there by myself because I roll. I roll solo, right, April? Mm-hmm. I roll solo. So I'm there. I go speak to Jeff. Jeff was like, "Okay," and I was like,
Come on now.
So then, when I was on his podcast a couple weeks ago, now I hadn't even met his brothers formally. They were like, "Oh, you was the one at the barbecue." Now my hair was totally different. My hair, I was bald headed like you.
You was in disguise.
They recognized like you. I was bald headed like you.
And me.
But the brothers recognized me. And Jeff, he just kind of like, just pushed me to the side.
No, now see, come on now. In my defense, I told you I thought that you was somebody else who, my man had gone through some things and I ain't like the way they handled it. So you look exactly like that person. So when I saw you, I was like, why is she even here?
Let me tell you what I got from that. Let me tell you what I got from that.
At his house.
So then it wasn't until later that I was like, oh man, that was constant. I've been apologizing ever since. Constant, that's been since September. I've been apologizing ever since. I'm just trying to tell you, it was my bad. I thought you was somebody else, and I hadn't seen you in a while. And then you did the whole hair thing, and I only know like two people that had blonde short hair at that time, and that was the other. You were one, and that was the other person. I didn't even know you had switched up like that. So I was that was tough. See, and it was a lot of people.
He treated me like the blonde-headed stepchild.
I did. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't even hold you on that one. I did.
Cold world.
It's a big. I'm sorry. I don't mean to put it out there like that. It's because she's light skinned.
No, it's because I was bald headed.
It was because she was. No, it's because she. It was because she was blonde. It was because of the blonde hair, actually.
It's because I was bald headed.
It was light skin and blonde hair.
People discriminate against me because I'm bald headed. But I didn't think they would do that to Constance. But
yeah.
It wasn't even a discrimination. It was a case of misidentification.
You see that?
Yeah, see how short you don't never wear. I've never seen you wear your hair like that before.
You see how that did that cigar though? You see that? Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, you showing some cigar skills right there.
Yeah, you see that? And then look at ooh, 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 ooh. And I was by myself. And you see how but look at how big that backyard is, y'all. You see that? Look at all the tents back there.
Oh man, we had a great time though, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's around happens around Labor Day weekend. That's what we do for the community. Me and my brothers and brotherly love. That's what we do.
That's how Jeff do it. Big money, big money. And the next guest I want to bring on is Mr. Patrick Garland. Let's bring this brother to the stage. Patrick is an educator, a community activist, a writer, and the proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
That's right. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Happy to be here.
We got two Greeks in the house. What does that mean? Oh Lord. So they say that these men that are in fraternities are typically cheaters. This is what I heard. It's like a statistical fact.
That's not true. Men that belong to Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated are
dogs.
No, we're wholesome.
And same thing with the men of Kappa Alpha Psi. You know, we're family men. You know, we take care of our families. That's what we do.
Same.
Community. Yeah.
Community service, give back, you know, that's how we do it.
That's all y'all do.
Right. That's correct.
Okay. So let's start off and welcome, brothers. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with April and I and to discuss this very important topic, because here I am. So we have me. I am single. April is married. Patrick, are you single or married?
You know I'm single, Constance. Shots fired. Early. Listen, it's Tuesday. It's not even 8 o'clock. Shots are being fired.
She shooting fire. Listen, I don't know these days.
It's not even 8 o'clock and shots are being fired.
I don't know these days, Patrick.
Right.
Man.
And Jeff, what about you?
Yep.
What? Yep. What?
Single. Yep.
Oh, he said yep. Yep is not an answer.
Oh, I thought you were just. I was
single or married. Are you single or are you dating?
I'm not married.
So April is the only one that is married here. Okay, so now in a world of single people, I'm single. I was once married. I've been married. I think we've all been married at one time. I do know that for a fact about all of us.
Jeff gave the coolest answer that you guys. Jeff said, "I'm not married."
Oh, okay. He didn't say he was single.
That was cool. I gotta give you some cool points for that, Jeff.
You know what? I wasn't listening. I got to use my listening skills. I got to use my listening skills better. Thank you for clarifying that, brother. I appreciate it, Patrick. So, okay. So as we're navigating the world of dating and being single and fidelity and infidelity and all these things, I'm going to just start off. Is it true, because you guys are both highly, highly successful men, you know, advanced degrees, great jobs, great careers, business owners, all of those things. Is it true? And I'm not saying for you, but men of your caliber, you guys talk to men all the time. You have barbershop talk. You got friends, you got cousins, you got brothers. Is it true that men that are in your caliber tend to cheat more than a man, say, at a lower socioeconomic level?
Nah. Men who are out there doing something, they really don't have a whole lot of time to be cheating. That's to be honest. You don't have time to do it. You don't have time. You don't want to take on the expense.
They're not.
I totally
not as much as you think.
I totally disagree. That would mean that only broke brothers are the ones that are out here cheating. And in the words of my brother Nipsey Hussle, last time I checked, you know, one of the reasons that a lot. I mean, let's be real. I mean, men in and of itself, our nature is primitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men want to be successful. Many men want to be successful because they want to attract beautiful women. Let's just call it what it is. Let's not
they don't want many women. They want one woman.
Come on, brother.
For me, I would want one woman. I wouldn't want many women.
So I love that he's prefacing that as a Jeff answer.
I mean, I have to, I guess.
Right. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Well, some of the men that I've spoken to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be controversial. You know what I mean? But we do understand that in Western civilization, and Jeff, I'm sure you have the information that can substantiate this. Monogamy is a byproduct of, money. It has nothing to do with desire. Human beings desire other human beings. We do. To say I'm married to my wife and I'm only going to desire my wife for the rest of my life is a lie. I think that remaining faithful is more so a matter of respect than it is desire.
Well, I don't disagree that even women have the desire to be with other people. It just doesn't, it means we just have self-control. So just because you have the desire to be with another person doesn't mean that you're going to act upon that desire.
Yeah,
Are more men acting on that desire?
Yeah, I think that's where me and Brother Garland kind of differ, because while you may have the desire, but the not doing it is a matter of discipline, and it takes discipline to become successful as you want to be in life. So if you have that type of discipline, then you really don't, even if you had a desire, you wouldn't act upon it. And if you were still focusing on your mission and your goal, you don't have the time just won't be there if you really focus. Mm-hmm. So we kind of do, that's what I say for the folks that I deal with, I would say that they don't, saying that you need to get a pass is not necessarily a thing, because you may not have the time for it. You start to look at things differently as we get older. It doesn't, the sex part of it becomes less and less of an issue as we get older and we start to want other things in life. So,
well, I mean, for me, I deal in circles of success as well. And in the circle of success that I deal with, sometimes it's a bit of a struggle. I can't condemn anyone for their decisions, but I do understand that historically decisions have been made. If cheating is condoned by sexual men, as a man, I'm not equipped to give that answer because I'm not a woman. Only a woman can give that answer. Yeah. So if you're my woman and I cheat on you and I'm successful and you take me back, your forgiveness is my gift.
But your forgiveness is also, it seems like your forgiveness or my forgiveness would also be my permission to allow you to do it again.
Not necessarily.
No, 100%. I'm sorry. Okay. So
not necessarily.
What you give someone an inch and they're going to take it. They're going to take it 100%. Like what woman? So let's say it's a woman who is in the exact same level. She's a friend who's a CFO. She's killing the game, and she goes out. She steps out a couple times, but her man is at home being kept.
Is he aware? Is he aware that she's stepping out, or is
once he becomes aware and he's like, you know what, it's okay. Then he's saying pretty much, listen, as long as I don't know more about it, then do you. I see it every day. And when I used to live in the DMV, I saw it every single day. I was a serial dater. I dated a lot of people, and then I found out that they were married. And you know what I'm saying? Their wives would be like, it's an open relationship, or it's a this, or he makes millions, I'm good. No, I don't want sloppy seconds.
But is that considered cheating?
If they know about it, is it considered cheating?
Yeah.
If at one time it wasn't.
That's a real question.
I mean, I understand that that's a real question. But
your network is bad. Your network is bad. You're a little blurry.
Is my network bad?
A little bit. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. Today, I just think that people do what it is that they do. It's not a one size fits all, recipe for issues that take place in someone's home. It just isn't. I mean, let's be clear. How many of our grandfathers or fathers cheated on our mothers or grandmothers? And our mothers and grandmothers didn't leave for a modicum of reasons. I mean, that's just the way that it is. I'm not saying that cheating is right. I'm not saying that cheating is right. And I'm also not saying that cheating is wrong, because some people are faithful to someone and cheating on themselves, which I believe is worse.
So is it true? Okay. Because here's my belief. I don't believe that all men are cheaters. I do believe that all men have cheated.
All women have cheated. We ain't cheated.
Yeah, everybody's cheated if you look at it in there.
What?
I mean, if you make that general of a statement, everybody's done it.
Yeah, I mean,
untrue.
Women can cheat emotionally.
I mean, you could cheat emotionally. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to cheat physically. You cheat flirting with somebody, going, anything that makes you.
That is not okay. So flirting is cheating.
Absolutely,
it can be considered cheating. Yeah.
It depends on what you consider flirting, because me looking at somebody 10 seconds a little bit longer, you might consider that flirting.
Okay. So
it depends on.
Not flirting. Flirting is engaging in your admiration.
Listen, let me tell you something. Whoever is with me, I like to look at men. I like to look at people of the opposite sex. I like beautiful things. So if that is going to constitute me being accused of cheating, then there's going to be a whole problem. Not that I'm going to gawk at anybody, but I do like to admire beautiful people, whether they're men or women, right? But I'm not attracted to women, but I do like to look at beautiful things. So would I get in trouble if I were with you and I was looking at another man?
I mean, that is, there's two things you have going on right there. One, you have a thing of respect, and then you have another thing of what is that person's tolerance for it.
Okay.
I mean, and to be honest, if you've never been cheated on, you really don't know what you're going to do until you get into that situation. I've been in a situation where I got caught somebody who was cheating on me, and you know, in the end, I was like, you know what? I don't think it bothered me that much. It didn't bother me as much as I thought it would.
You must not have loved her.
No, I think it's because I did care very much for her that it didn't bother me.
You see, for me,
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Explain that, because I would think if you love somebody, you deeply love somebody, you would be devastated.
No, I mean, of course I was hurt, but it doesn't mean that I wanted to, you know, throw everything away because of this, whatever this was. Some dude pushing real hard to get back in. So.
Oh, so you stayed.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait,
this is good.
I need to put a picture of Jeff on a t-shirt and rock it. You know what I mean?
You should. I mean, I've done it. I mean, if we being frank, you know, we having conversation.
I'm so happy. Listen, brother, I'm so happy that you said that. That is such a grown man answer. Let's say, for instance, you're with your woman for 15 years, whatever. She goes off to Vegas, has a few drinks, like Constance, sees someone that she's attracted to. That person is attracted to her as well. Verbal acrobatics may or may not be in play, and something ends up happening. Do you throw away 15 years over 15 minutes? As you get older, you start to think differently.
Mm-hmm.
The young person will be like, oh my God, they don't love me, blah, 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 this, that, or the other thing. Be clear. Cheating has nothing. I mean, from a Patrick perspective. Right. And I've been cheated on, and I've been a cheater.
Right.
So from a Patrick perspective, cheating has nothing to do with love. Nothing. Mm-hmm. This is nothing but primitive primal desire and having the capacity to act upon it. That's it.
So then you're saying that cheating has nothing to do with pretty much love, but then
no.
Go ahead then.
No. I agree.
So if you
I agree with that too. But go ahead,
April. I'm so happy that you asked that. And this is the thing that women will never get, and unfortunately, I think that a lot of women speak to other women seeking an answer that only a man can give.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. They want men to think like a woman would think.
Right, and that's just
but that wasn't necessarily where I was going.
No, but what I'm saying to you is this, April. A man can physically engage another woman and have zero feelings for her.
Yep.
I understand that. No, so here, this is the point where I was going, because I actually agree with that wholeheartedly. I think that can potentially be the same with a woman. Like, they could sleep with a man and not love him. You know what I mean? But a man needs respect. Am I correct in that? Do we agree? Okay.
Correct. That is
so.
Correct.
What I'm understanding from this is a man who inserts his penis into someone else's vagina.
Yes.
While he is in a relationship with someone,
yes,
is not giving the woman that he is with the respect that she deserves. However, he is expecting her to provide him with respect.
He's hoping.
That's the part that I can't get.
Well, one thing is that, I mean, since we go with men need respect, women need love. So he can still love her and, you know, go through all these other things.
So he can love her and not respect her, is what I'm understanding. That's
you're talking about a man's need versus a woman's need. Men need respect, women need love.
No.
Right, but if a woman is going to give respect to a man,
she needs to give her love.
No, hold on. If a woman's going to give a man respect, she's also giving him love, because that's something that she wants and desires, right? And so what she wants from the man, she wants love from him, but she is going to expect respect because that is what she is giving.
April, unfortunately,
I mean, that
no,
makes my ass itch because I just feel like this is
April,
a
what I'm
contradiction.
saying, April, if we're being honest with each other,
Right.
if we're being honest with each other, honest, and you know, I think that you are cool. You know what I mean? Like cool, like the other side of the pillow, cool. But with that being said, I say this: the way that we give love is not always necessarily the same way that's going to be reciprocated. It's just not.
And we don't, and love to us
So
is
I'm saying, yeah, I mean, love to
it's
us,
gonna come in a different, like,
yeah, love to us is different. It's
yeah.
just different. You know what I mean? So, as someone who has cheated on someone that I've been deeply, you know what I'm saying, like I had deep feelings for. When I cheated on her, it had nothing to do with me not respecting her or any of that. It was just something that Patrick wanted to do.
It was selfish.
It was
Right.
selfish.
It was selfish, but if a woman did the exact same thing, meaning she's like, you know what? Honestly, I just wanted to be selfish. And I wanted to allow this random guy to insert his penis into my
Right.
vagina.
Okay, but
That goes back to what
April, what you just said, even though it sounds crazy, it was said with respect. And I can sit back and say, you know what? I respect the fact that you came at me that way. And that's gonna make me feel differently about wanting to go off and knock somebody's head off versus saying, all right, if that's what you wanted to do, that's what you wanted to do. Does it have to happen again? Are you going to do it again? Is that where you are? Because now I need to know how to govern myself going forward.
I mean, I just think that where I would be okay with the double standards is if the double standards made a little bit more sense. But like none of this makes
When
any
do
sense.
double standards make sense?
Right.
I mean, I was being an asshole. Like, I
Right.
agree. But I'm just saying, like, none of this makes any sense because if I'm giving respect, and I'm just using my husband as an example. I'll be honest. I mean, my husband means everything to me. So yes, I would be devastated if my husband cheated on me.
Mhm.
Would I try as hard as I can to work through every single thing? Absolutely. Just because he means everything to me, right? But if I cheated on him, I don't see him trying to work anything out for me. And it's mainly because for him, it's a psychological thing. He wouldn't be able to see another man.
Pride thing. It's a pride thing. It's an ego
That's
thing.
most men.
Right. But I don't understand how you could expect a woman to kind of feel the same way and not what happens?
But April, can I just interject? I would beg to differ with you a little bit. I mean, he may not. I mean, that's your husband. He went through the whole process. Y'all got married. Y'all had the whole ceremony, bought the ring, did all of that. Then all the things that he needed to do to become that man for you. If you stepped out on him again, you never know how you're going to deal with that situation until you're in it. I don't know how long you guys have been married. I don't know how long you guys have been married. I don't know how long you guys have been together. I don't know what trials and tribulations you've been through. But when you take all of that in consideration and you take into consideration your current age and just what's important to you in life, you stepping out one time may not send him over the edge. Now, I understand he's Jamaican and that's just a different breed of brother. I get it. But it's a different breed of brother and they're brought up differently. But I wouldn't be so sure that he would be so quick to just throw out the whole baby with the bathwater.
You know, and it's so funny you say that. I would go as far as saying this. A lot of really good relationships have been ruined based on really bad experiences. So just because one person cheated on you doesn't mean that they lack the capacity to grow with you and continue to develop something real. So we get cheated on once. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to be that person that's cheated on. And then we end up alone for an extensive period of time because no one fills that void inside of our soul. So I think that when a person feels that void inside of your soul, there's a different level of forgiveness. I think that there's a different level of understanding. I will never say acceptance. I will never say acceptance. I'll say forgiveness. Because if a person is perpetually cheating or habitually cheating, we have a much larger issue.
True.
And that's a definite lack of respect.
That's when it comes into a lack of respect. But if we're talking about an indiscretion, that's a horse of another color.
So let me ask you, gentlemen, then, because I know I think I know April's answer. Is cheating a deal breaker? Is okay. Let me kind of change that. An indiscretion, like you said, is that a deal breaker for you? So if you found out that there was a one-time situation where somebody that you were deeply in love with had an indiscretion, is that a deal breaker for you?
Jeff, you answer that before I do.
I'm gonna jump in and say, for me, if it gets to a point, the way that I know that I really care for somebody is if certain things that they do don't bother me. If I'm not bothered because I'm comfortable enough with the relationship that some guy talking to her is not going to make a difference, or if she wants to go out on a girl's trip, I'm cool with it because eventually she's going to come back to me. So I can't say it's a deal breaker at this point. If I really care about her and I think that this thing is going to go forward, then I can't say it's a deal breaker. Now, if I needed a door open to get out, then yeah, I'll take the first train.
Right.
So, but you can forgive, but can you forget? Can you move past that? Because in the back of your mind, do you think you'd always be thinking about that?
Everybody's been with somebody. Ain't nobody out here virgins.
And Jeff led perfectly into what it is that I was going to say. First of all, if we're in a relationship, and I mean, this is an adult show, so I can speak freely. If we're in a relationship and you're a sexual prude, if you cheat on me, we're done.
Yeah.
Basically you saying, basically you said, right? You said if you ain't giving it up to me, but you giving it up to somebody else.
No, not even doing it the way you want it.
Yeah, if I say you're a sexual prude, like, oh my God, I can only do it on Tuesdays.
Right,
you gotta make sure we get it right. Like, no, nah. If you cheat, we're super done.
Right.
Why?
That would make sense though. I'm sorry. I get that.
Tell me why.
I get it.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're fucking boring. That's why. And I don't like you. You know what I mean? I'm tolerating this shit. And I'm looking for the door to get out of this relationship. It's hard to walk away from a woman and say, you can get it at 4 a.m. if you want to, baby. That's hard to walk away from. I'm in the car listening to if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. And I'm doing all types of things. No, I mean, so when everything is clicking on the right cylinder, there's a certain level of forgiveness that's going to come with that, because you're not going to find that everywhere. You just aren't.
I just don't see me being, super connected to somebody and then stepping out and cheating on them. That just, for me, I couldn't see me doing that.
But then that makes sense. And it shouldn't have, that's the way that it should be. If you're super connected and they're super connected, there's really no room to even want to do anything like that. Yeah. I mean, I used to have a saying that, a full man doesn't want to eat. But then my cousin always say there's always room for Jell-O, but
a little dessert, a little something.
But if you were full and you went to a buffet or a smorgasbord or something, they had a bunch of food out, you might pick at it, you might, doodle around with it, but you're not going to really engage into a full meal because you're already full. You don't have any space for it. So
yeah,
I don't, if you feel that way about somebody, then there's just no space in you to do anything like that. But if you're not completely at that point, Constance, if you're not completely at that point, does the opportunity exist for you to step out?
And see, I hate that we approach relationships with absolution. I hate that so much.
Okay.
Because we have polyamorous relationships, we have open relationships, we have committed relationships, we have selfish relationships, and within those categories of different types of relationships, many people are happy. And just because we aren't necessarily happy with their choices, it doesn't necessarily make them less happy. For me, for Patrick, I would love to be in a committed relationship with a beautiful Black woman and live out the rest of my life happily. But it's complicated because I come with scars. You know what I'm saying? I come with baggage. And I believe every last one of us do. And if you say you don't, my man Jeff taught me something very, very important today. A professor says, break it down to me, Jeff.
Which one?
About statistics.
Oh, my
break it down to me.
There's 3 lies in the world: a lie, a damn lie, and statistics.
There it is, right there. So if you can't, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, that's just the way that it is. I want to be faithful to me and you at the same time, and that's one of the hardest things to find: to be faithful to me and you at the same time. A lot of times we get in relationships and people will lay out their rule book before they lay out, their actual self.
I think that when you're in a relationship, that your relationship you should always communicate what your relationship is, right?
See,
My relationship, huh?
I disagree because what's understood don't have to be explained, babe.
Oh, you should. I think
Thank
you
you.
should.
No.
Thank you.
It don't have to be
Look,
explained.
Communicate.
So I'm gonna finish because I'm gonna disagree. My relationship when I first met my husband versus my relationship today is completely different.
Mhm.
We are constantly communicating and evolving and becoming a different people. So the person that he married is not the same. The person that I am today is not the person that he married. The person that he married is not the person that he met
Mhm.
when we first met.
Right.
And we're constantly communicating who we are so that we can be the best us for each other.
Right. So
But you don't have to,
when
he's
you
seeing
got into
who
a
you are. He
relationship
doesn't.
with your husband, did either of you clearly need that communication?
We always need that communication. Yes.
Right. So you two needed that communication.
I feel that that's one of the reasons.
Some people, what's even more powerful than a communication, April, is an affirmation.
Same thing.
And it's not. An affirmation is a verb.
Yeah, it's an action,
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
But it's something that you do.
An affirmation is a verb. I mean, so
Communicating is
It's an
not.
affirmation,
it's not always an affirmation.
or affirmation should be in communication. In my opinion,
Man, y'all trying to have an English class.
Right,
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that
I mean,
no,
yeah,
so
y'all done brought
No
the
matter
professor
what,
out on this
I feel-
joint,
what
man.
I'm saying is
I
Jeff
feel
got
that
jokes.
what's missing in
I'm about to give me a
relationships,
thesaurus and a,
right?
figure out what the heck is going on. Bring all my grammar books from English, from high school, and
April is not playing.
trying to
No,
figure out
so
where to
what
put the commas and
with semicolons.
semicolon. You know, is it a verb? Is it now? We doing sentence structure, bro? What
No,
y'all
what
at?
I'm saying is that all that I'm saying is that what you and your husband are offering one another is what you and your husband needed. You know what I mean? I don't me, again, this is a Patrick statement.
Yeah.
I don't need to spend the entirety or the majority of my relationship identifying what it is that we have, because I want to spend an exorbitant amount of time experiencing what it is that we have. And based on that experience, just continuing to grow from there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
My
I think
apologies.
I think that it's you know, it's like you meet someone, you're not going to know everything about everybody all the time. There's no way to really figure it out. But if you're comfortable enough learning and growing with that person, I think that's going to be very helpful as far as building that relationship. But you can't, you know, like you say, the person I am now is not the person that I may be 2-3 years from now or 5 years from now, depending on what happens in life. So, you know, those things you evolve as the world turns, you evolve. So,
But that's why the communication is the key. That's
Right,
why
'cause
you
that's
have to
what I'm
constantly.
but you're communicating in your actions. You're communicating in what you do. I can see who
Okay,
you
so
are by
that's
what
kind
you're
of the
doing.
same thing, though.
But you sound like the men that be like, baby, I don't gotta say I love you. I'm here, ain't I? No, I
Right.
want you to tell me you
Hold on,
love me.
pause.
Okay, so if I tell you I love you and I
No.
don't love you, does it matter?
Yes.
Yes,
I want you to
but
do
hold
both.
on.
So you want me to just say it even if I don't feel it?
No,
Jeff.
I want you to say it only if you feel it.
Jeff and Constance, I don't need you to say anything. I don't necessarily, well, I do need you to do something. But to me, communication is all of the above. So as it relates to my husband and I, communication, to your point, is an action. We're also, always communicating, whether it be through touch, whether it be through what we're doing for each other, how we're communicating. So I don't understand why it has to be specific. No, we're not writing out documents and having each other sign and say this is how you have to be moving forward. No, it's saying I'm growing. I want you to grow with me. Let's grow together. How are you changing? What has changed in your life in the last 15 minutes? Let's talk about it. Because that's what,
you was there.
Right, but see, April, you just said, let's talk about it.
Right.
Sometimes you
They're listening.
right. So sometimes
Right.
we don't want to talk about it.
You were there. I shouldn't have to talk about
yeah,
it.
we don't want to talk about it. We want to walk about it.
Baby, I'm here. What I need to talk about it for?
No, let's see, Constance. Now that was a
No,
big.
no,
Go
you know
ahead.
what, Constance?
We gonna throw a little gasoline on that fire
Yeah,
for it,
Constance
though.
being the antagonist. You know what I mean? But that's a little.
No, what I'm understanding is I got two men right here,
Yes.
and I hear exactly what you're saying. So, and there's a lot of women who are listening, and so what we're all hearing from both of you is, I am me do stuff. You shut up. Let's not talk about it.
Is that what you heard?
You just heard an uneducated.
You heard what you wanted to hear, because that's nothing what we said.
Yeah, through everything we said, you heard
Me-
uneducated,
You
belligerent.
heard me
You know
do
what I'm saying?
stuff, woman. Shut up. Is that what you
Baby,
heard?
man.
See, that's why
And
I
you
cut my
call
hair off.
Constance the fire starter?
Look, that's why I cut my hair off, so nobody had to like hit me with a club and drag me off. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So you
Ooh,
think
look,
we
Lynette
wouldn't? You
said she
think we
heard
wouldn't
that too.
adapt and figure out what else to do besides grab you by the hair?
Ooh.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
I'm
not.
saying that communication is not a bad thing. Communication
Communication is a bad thing either.
and
But-
and actually hearing words come out of my man's mouth and him hearing words come out of mine is not a bad thing. Sometimes communication to say, hey, I'm growing right now, or to hear him say, I'm growing right now, lets me know that we are growing as a couple. And sometimes I need that, because what I always hear from men is, that's not what we need. I'm like, pause. What about what I need? Y'all, it's like what I constantly hear from a lot of men who are single is, let me tell you what a man needs. Don't nobody care about you. And I'm like, damn. What
Well,
about
every
what women need? We need
podcast you
stuff.
hear, every
But you know what the
post
inverse
you
of
hear
that-
is about what men need. It's always about what
But
we
you know
can
what
do
the
to keep a
inverse of
man,
that
get
is?
a man what they need. It's like, okay, but why are they the prize? Why are we chasing what they need?
Is this not a conversation about, do successful men get a pass for cheating? That's what.
We way past that.
So I say that to say, so when we take
It's a
it back,
dynamic conversation.
when we take it back to the core
Mhm.
of this conversation, April, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong, but inversely, what I'm saying is not wrong either.
Never said what?
And I never said that you were. You need communications. I need actions. So when you say you need a man to sit down and communicate with you verbally, XYZ, I need to experience some things I've never seen. I've heard it a lot. Oof. But I've rarely seen it. It's like a dinosaur, yeah? So
Tell me what that would be.
what it would be?
Something that you've never had that you're looking for.
Well, I mean, at this stage in my life, I don't really care if a woman has a degree. I don't care if she's making six figures, if she's a multimillionaire, you know what I'm saying, what she drives or what her portfolio looks like. The only thing I'm concerned about at this stage of the movement is how she makes me feel, because I'm good. So with that being said, I want somebody that I can laugh with. I want somebody I can dance with, go roller skating with. You know what I'm saying? Make love to like a savage at 2 PM at your job or mine. You know what I mean? With. Or, you know what I'm saying? Just genuinely live the remainder of this thing called life with. That's what I want.
Okay. And so my question is, have you ever once, because exactly what you're saying, I've had before I met my husband. So are you telling me that you've never experienced that?
I had some of it. I want it all.
Well, you want it all in one person. You don't have to
Yeah,
go
there's
through like
two
a bunch of different
all in
people
one
to do all of that.
I can split it up amongst 8 people. That's easy. You know what I mean? But I want it all in one person. And I believe that the only way to have that is to, and I'm a bit of a romantic. I think that the only way to have that is to find your person. I am at the point in my life, I am not going to compromise on a relationship, and I don't give a damn how academic these conversations get. I am not going to compromise, period. I'd rather date a woman at Waffle House who makes me feel good than to have a conversation with some chick who's a Rhodes Scholar.
Well, she'll know how to make you some good waffles, honey.
Listen, man, it ain't the waffles I want.
Or maybe it is the waffles.
Yeah.
You know what, Jeff? Jeff, you are funny.
Jenny says, so if you don't get this, do you cheat? If you don't get it, do you cheat?
No.
Nah.
I mean, no, because
That's
my
not
thing
a
is that I'm at the point in my life where I'm being faithful to me. I'm being faithful to me. So I'm using April's logic. I'm letting you know up front what being faithful to Patrick looks like. You know what I'm saying? And if being faithful to Patrick also means that Patrick is compelled to be implicitly, you know what I mean, committed to you, then we've got something magical. And yes, Lynette Jewel, if I had it all, it really would satisfy me because I know what it feels like to not have it.
So let me ask you this. Is it cheating if you're not married? Because some people say, well, if you ain't married, it ain't cheating. You know,
Yeah, she was marriage.
a piece of paper.
Exactly.
It's a breach of contract if you cheat.
So if you're not married, so if you're not married, is it still cheating?
Marriage is a business arrangement.
Well, I mean, you can look at it, you know, as you have verbal contracts, you have your written contract. So if you're dating someone and you agreed to be monogamous with that person, y'all one-on-one, y'all have decided to focus on only you guys to see where it's going to go, then yeah, stepping out of that would be cheating.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
because now you're bringing in a bunch of background noise. Now you're cheating. You're cheating the relationship that you have because you brought in all this extra stuff. So you're not even giving it its fair chance to do what it needs to do.
Right.
So yeah, I would say it was cheating.
For sure.
And to think about it at this age, right? Because we are all of a certain age, you know, in our 40s and beyond. If you make a decision and you make a commitment with somebody, because I've seen, you know, from what I hear and I understand, and talking to my girlfriends who are out there in the world doing the things that they're doing, men, and it's so funny because I was talking to somebody who was in their 70s and they was talking about the men playing games, and my daughter was like, "You mean to tell me they still playing these games at 70?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they still playing these games at 70."
Well,
So
what exactly is the game?
Yeah, what's the game? Yeah,
What's the game?
Eating, still around there having a couple of women, 2, 3, 4 women at 75.
You think that's a game?
It's a motherfucking game. Absolutely.
What's the prize?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why are y'all doing it?
What?
Why are
To
y'all
what
like
end?
that?
Y'all really
like
need
that?
to ask yourself that question.
That's what I
need to
want to
ask
know.
Are you saying that are you saying that women are
legit?
legitimately waiting on a dude to be like, oh my God, I'm not dating anyone. I'm sitting at home lighting candles, waiting for the perfect person.
Or oh my God, I met you and you must be the perfect person. So let's go and figure this out from this point forward.
That's what happened with every single guy that ever met me in my past. But no.
Oh, so you got that utopia. You got that utopia. You got that utopia box.
You know what I'm saying?
She putting it on them, man. They can't even see straight.
You know what I'm saying? Erykah Badu ain't got nothing on me.
I mean, the arrogance to believe that. I mean, if you found that one person, I pretty much can assure you, the guys that have found that one person, they locked in and they moved forward. If they believe that that's their person, they've locked in to move forward. If the guy has met somebody and through the process of dating, which is figuring it out,
right,
and he discovers that this is not going to be the person, then is he playing a game if he goes and dates somebody else to find the person that he's looking for?
Yes, man, let me tell you something. This is the truth.
Because here's the thing.
Let me say this. This is a true story. Y'all need to hear it. I have a frat brother who was super single, super successful, and super single. When I say super single, I'm talking about 8, 9, maybe 10 on the roster, revolving consistently. He found out that the woman he was really interested in cheated on him.
Did she really cheat on him?
He went on her.
Listen. It wasn't even that she cheated on him. She slept with somebody else because they weren't committed to each other.
Correct.
So what happens is that after they had sat down and had an adult conversation after his roster and what it is that she did, and this has been going on for a very, very, very long time. I've never seen people more happy together. Ever. I've never seen people more happy together.
So here's the thing, you guys. You can do all of that if you're honest. Just be honest with the woman. And that's the problem that a lot of women have, is that yes, you could have 5 or 6 on the roster, you could have 10 on the roster, but you're not being honest. You're saying to this one woman, hey, listen, it's just me and you, and we might not have a title right now. We don't have a title right now, but I'm just dealing with you. You just dealing with me. And if we decide that we want to do something else, I will have the respect enough to let you know.
No,
but then you're not letting that person know.
In reality, and that whole being honest, that's a whole nother conversation. We can pull that up on another show. Women don't really want to be honest. It's like you can't handle the truth.
Exactly.
I'd rather you be honest with me than string me along.
First of all, I'll say this, Jeff. I agree, Jeff. A lot of women cannot handle the truth. So I'm just going to put that out there. That's very true. However, the problem is that you have situations where a man will string a woman along. And I hate to make this a man-woman thing because Lord Jesus, it happens on both sides. I've seen it.
It does.
Where, but we're going to say men for the time being. Where a man will string a woman along and make her feel like they are damn near married. They're 2 seconds away from marriage. Mm-hmm. And in her head, she's believing that this is more than what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. Is it his responsibility to be in control of her emotions? Absolutely not. But what I will say that a man should do, because a man is a man should say, you know what, boo, I see where you're moving. Let me slow you down a little bit, because that's not the direction that I want to move in. Because one day when she finds out that he is sleeping around with other people, she's devastated, keying his car, messing up his tires. I'm just saying, this is what I've seen.
Why hurt the car? What the car do?
I'm playing devil's advocate, but I'm telling you what I see on a regular basis. I mean, that there are a lot of women that will.
Regular basis?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, because in their head,
a man should be able to a man should be able to correct a woman's interpretation of an unwritten relationship. I mean, because the problem is, I think that one of the problems is,
what I'm saying is, no.
Let me say this, April.
But that's not what I'm saying.
No, but what I'm saying is that a lot of women do key men's cars and do crazy shit. The man never said like, "Yo, we're not even committed." One of the things
they want to say.
No, but let me say this, Constance, and this is hard to hear, but this is an honest conversation. We're all adults. Vaginas don't come with contracts.
I agree.
And I think that some women think that, okay, we've had sex together and I've given you everything. So there's a certain level of expectation that comes along with giving you everything.
Here's the thing about that, though. If he is telling her, you are the only one I am dealing with, and you are communicating with that, and this is just us, and it's me and you, baby, and you're not, and you're saying I'm not dealing with anybody else, it's only me and you, and then it turns out you are lying. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that's right. But if he keys the car, then
I'm not even saying that, because the biggest problem that you do have are we gotta go back to that. The biggest problem is that you do have a lot of women that that a man will say, I'm not messing with anybody else, but I also still don't want to be in a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? And women can't handle that. You have situations where hold on, boo-boo. I'm just saying. You have you have situations where men will be stringing a woman along, and then he's like, look, I'm kind of done with you. I never wanted to be in a relationship with you to begin with. So, I met somebody that I want to be with. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this person. That's what I'm saying. It is kind of a man's responsibility when he sees that it's going well past what he is wanting. And I would say that for both sides.
Sure.
Because if there's a man, and again, I'm in a relationship, but there have been times where I've been dating someone who was like, yeah, so now we go together. Pause, boo-boo. Where did that come from? I don't even know your last name. You know what I mean? Like, you have to shut it down. I think that conversations need to be had on every level, even if it's beyond entry level.
I don't know.
And that's what the biggest.
No, you don't know that a conversation needs to be had.
I mean, Constance, I'm gonna be real with you.
I mean, I think you can have these conversations and you can get into it and you can say whatever you want to say. To be honest, I mean, truth be told, you can say, yo, it's you and me and we being monogamous, or you can say, I'm gonna see other people. You can say whatever you want to say. People are gonna do what they want to do, period. So you can go through this conversation stuff. If the conversation is what's governing your actions, then do you really want that as part of your relationship?
Yeah, sometimes at the end of the day, Jeff, you got to know how to read the room.
Right.
Like if we talk about, we know what a relationship.
Right.
Let me say this. And I listen to everything that y'all said. Sometimes you got to know how to read the room. If a person is consistently calling you and those calls are going unanswered, but you receive a text, they're not really feeling you.
But what if they don't answer?
If the only time you're really talking is after a certain time, and it's usually a time when the sun's not up, you know what it is. If I call you on Fridays and Saturdays, but never Sunday through Thursday, you know what it is. Because at this stage in the movement,
makes sense. But what if that's not it?
But let me finish. At this stage in the movement, we know what a functional relationship is, April. And it's definitely not those aforementioned qualities.
Okay, so I'll use myself as an example. Mm-hmm. There was a dude who I was messing with 153 years ago. Okay.
Yes.
I used to, I definitely was not trying to date this man. I was enjoying his company. He was enjoying my company.
Sure.
Right?
He was a sponsor.
No, I mean, there was
he was paying for the dates. Y'all were having a good time.
No. It was, I mean, in all seriousness. And at the time I was making extremely good money. So it was a 50-50 thing whenever dates were had.
Oh, really?
So, very much. Yeah, that was me.
You was taking him out?
Yes. Just like I take my husband out now.
And he let you do that?
My husband?
No, I'm talking about the dude 50 piece.
Absolutely. We were paying for each other whenever we would go out. Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's
what's I'm interpreting 50 is like, yo, the bill is $100. You got your 50. I got mine.
No, it wasn't like that. It was, I want to go out to this place. I'm treating.
That's okay. All right. That's what's up. Go ahead, April. April. Yeah. I didn't see the unicorn, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's a good thing. That's a compliment.
I paid for dates before. They never see me again. I paid for one.
See, there it is right there.
And if you allow
there it is. There it is right there. We got to come back to that too. But go ahead, April. You up.
But I say all that to say, with this particular person, like, I would cook for him. He never cooked for me, but that's also because he couldn't cook. But he would order in. We'd watch movies together. It was great, right? The funny thing is, there was one time I was like, I just want to make it very clear. Like, I'm not looking for this to go anywhere. Like, are we good on this? And he's looking like, nah, there's no, like, I don't want anything. You don't want anything. This is perfect. Now, if this exact same situation was happening with another woman, and I have friends who, if that exact same scenario was happening, they'd be like, so where's my ring?
What we doing? What are we
doing? When is it happening? And then if no conversation was had, she would be back behind the scenes talking about, my man, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, that's not. Did y'all have the conversation? No, that's not your man. That is not your man until words are exchanged. Proper words. We go together. Like, we're exclusive, whatever it is. But any other woman, not any other woman, but a lot of other women would have made that like, this is my man. This is the person I'm going to marry. Would have told their parents about this man. That's what I see on a consistent basis when it comes to a lot of my friends.
Yeah. So I
can say what?
No, I can also say I can attest to that too, because here's the thing. I try to be so honest with people and let them know where I'm at, if I'm interested, if I don't want to do anything, where I'm hanging out at. Like, I don't want to give anybody the appearance that I'm trying to string them along in any way at all. And I do this. And sometimes people don't understand and they still think that there's a chance, even if you say, listen, this is where we hanging out at and this is where we're friends and all this stuff, but then they seem to think that it's something more. And I'd never give them any indication that it's anything else than than us being friends. And sometimes, and I hate that, because I don't want that done to me. I don't want anybody to string me along. So I'm so very clear that I don't want to string anybody along. And I think a lot of men, and I've seen a video about this, I forget who, Stefan, whatever his name is. He said men string women along is because they don't know how. Men are used to rejection. Men are used to women saying, no, I'm not interested or whatever, but men are not used to rejecting women. And so he said they string them along because they don't like to reject women.
Right. That's true.
And that's very valid. I'm sorry.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, I can't speak for 30-year-old Patrick. I can't. I don't even remember most of the reasons why 30-year-old Patrick did what he did. But me now, I understand exactly. I understand now exactly why it is that I do what it is that I do. You know what I mean? So what it is that I need from a relationship, I need from a relationship. So I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of times I don't necessarily lay out what it is that I need from the beginning. Because if I lay it out in the beginning, some people may pretend to be that.
Yeah.
Only for me to discover, much later that they aren't. And that's a horrible experience, yeah?
You've wasted time.
Now, I don't necessarily call it wasting time. Either you're teaching or learning. You know what I mean? And that's a lesson that I had to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I like to have the experiences. I like to go through it. I think that someone said, I wasn't sure if it was April or Constance who said that, you have to lay out, are we exclusive? This is what it is. In every exclusive relationship that I've had, you know what I mean? In every exclusive relationship that I've had, it was never really articulated, okay, this is exclusive. And I can count the exclusive relationships that I've had literally on one finger with some of the digits down. I mean, on one hand with some of the digits down. So, yeah. I mean, that's just it. I mean, love is rare. It's very, very rare. And I don't believe that you were meant to have a loving relationship with everyone that you make love to. I just don't.
No, but the people that you have had loving relationships with, it's kind of I feel that is a role of a man to have that conversation with the woman that he wants to be with. Hey, I want to be with you. I want to be exclusive.
Make your intentions.
I want to let you know. Yeah, I want you to know what my intention is. And to your point, Constance, about men not wanting to reject women, you don't even think about it, but it's so 100% true, because you see some people in relationships for so long, and what they're waiting for is for her to break up with him.
If a man starts dictating gender roles to a woman, how would a woman in 2023 feel about that?
You think that's what it is? You think women are trying to dictate gender roles to men?
No, I mean, because oftentimes women preface many of their statements with the role of the man is, and a man should, and a real man does X, Y, and Z.
They're the world's foremost experts on what men.
Yeah, I mean, women are experts on manhood.
Just like y'all were the experts on what men want, and y'all got to do this to get a man.
We're men.
When I say that, when you say what a man wants, I am qualified to say what a man wants, because I am a man. I can speak from a Patrick wants perspective, but I can't say a woman's role, or a woman does, or a woman should do, or a woman X, Y, Z. I can't say that.
You can in your home.
Again, she said I can in my home. I mean, in my home, yeah. I mean, but
meaning, if that's what you want. Meaning, if that's what you want in your relationship, you can say what the woman needs to do in your relationship.
Right. But what I'm saying is that oftentimes women make blanket statements about what manhood is. They do. You guys do. And you need to stop it.
Y'all cannot tell us any more about being men as we can tell y'all about having a baby.
Well,
but y'all tell us how to get you, keep you, how to love a man, how to serve a man.
But it is, maybe I misspoke, meaning I can't tell you how to be a man. I definitely can't tell you how to pee standing up and any of the other things that a man is supposed to be able to do. But what I can tell you, that as it relates to a woman, it is a man's responsibility from a woman's standpoint for him to tell me, hey, this is where I stand in this relationship, in order for it to be a relationship. I'm not going to come to you and say, let me get on one knee and, hey, will you marry me? It's not going to happen.
I think that actually may be part of some of the miscommunication that we have, because as a man, if I tell you my intentions, if I say, hey, I intend for us to be together, and does that govern what you do next? Because that's my intention. Or are we now moving in this path? Or are you just really looking to see what I'm going to do so you can figure out what you're going to do instead of just doing what you're going to do?
I think there needs to be a mutual conversation about where this relationship is headed. Okay, this is where we are.
But if it's our responsibility, if
No,
I'm
it's a
responsible
mutual.
for
It's
it,
a.
so
I
then
don't
what
think-
happens next?
I don't say you're responsible. I say there's a
It-
mutual conversation
Well,
that needs to be had.
No, that's what I said. Does
But
that make it better?
No,
That's
you-
what I said.
But
I think
even if it's a mutual conversation, to what extent are we having this conversation? Are you coming to me saying that that's your intention? You're like, hey Jeff, hey, we can go out for a while, but I'm just letting you know in 2 or 3 years I plan to be married. Is that your intention? Is that what you're going to state? Or are you going to say in the next whatever? I just want you to know that if you and I start going out, my intention is that this ends in marriage. And so then I can say at that point that that's the, huh?
But you know what's so
You-
crazy about all
You
of this?
have women that will say that, and women who will say, "Listen, if I'm not married," and I'm gonna be honest, I disagree with that, but that's their life.
But why do you disagree with that if that's their intention?
But what I'm saying is, like,
I disagree with that. Meaning for me, that would not work for me.
I think that our
But
generation is
if that's how they want to, if that's how they want to continue, then that's their relationship. That's their situation. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same as you, and I feel like every man can do the exact same thing. If I'm in a
Well, the man
relationship,
doesn't
with
know if he just met somebody. How do you know if that's who you
I
plan?
think that our gen- I
I
think
don't
that
even know if you want to get
I-
married. You don't
I-
even
I
know
don't
what
think-
your intentions are. You haven't had a chance to
Any
figure it out.
woman-
I think that our
any
legit
woman on your first,
as legitimate.
Hold on 1 second. Wait. Hold on. April, finish your thought, and
Yeah.
then we'll go to Patrick.
But yeah, go ahead.
any woman on their first date who says, I expect to have a ring on my finger in the next 3 years or whatever the case is, run quick, fast, and in a hurry. Run faster than you can carry it.
What about the
Okay.
third date?
Run.
Are they really out? Are they really that fast? Is it really?
Oh, you
Right.
got women out here saying they want to be friends, and within 3 days, y'all fucking what?
I mean, that
Like,
might be first date
I
situation too.
Yeah, I mean,
So I mean, but you
Fucking is one
coming
thing,
under the
but what-
guise of just being friends.
you
But
can
my
fuck
point
friends.
is, if that's the situation, run. But I feel that once you have been together for some time, you realize this is
What's
somebody
that
that
amount
you
of time?
once you've been together at a point where you're saying, I like this person, some time has gone by. You know what this person smells like. Then that's an opportunity for you to say, what I am looking for as a woman, or what I want in the household that I end up being in, is this. And so, to my point earlier, maybe I misspoke in the way that I said it, but I personally, in my household, would want my man to be in control of saying, hey, I'm looking for, I expect us to be here by this particular time. This is what I'm looking for.
I
And
don't
what
agree.
my role would be is, shall I fall in line, or are you the person that should I be with you or should I not?
I don't
So-
agree.
So
I don't
what
agree.
I'm
Go
hearing
ahead,
is,
Patrick.
That's fine.
so what I'm hearing
Everybody-
is,
Wait, go
I
ahead,
don't
Jeff.
want to do nothing. I just want him to do everything and tell me where
All
it
right, so
is.
Jeff, I gotta
I
jump
don't
in and
agree.
say
It's a
something. I can't
mutual
take it no more.
conversation.
Listen,
Why should we have to do?
let me say this. Let me say
being
this.
sarcastic.
Let me
Go
say
ahead,
this. Let me
Patrick.
say
Being
this.
sarcastic.
Oh, let me say this. I gotta get this off my
Go
chest.
ahead, Patrick.
We have become so much experts at relationships that we've all fucked them up.
Speak for yourself.
I'm just saying, we've become such experts at relationships that we fucked them up. If I'm laying in bed with you, and we're laying above the fitted sheet and beneath the comforter.
Wait, with who? Me or April?
It would have to be constant.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
All right,
It
so
definitely would be
anyway,
constant.
we're laying in bed together, above the fitted sheet and beneath the comforter. I'm laying in bed with you. We just finished making love and it's intimate. And I start speaking about what I want in a relationship from the abstract. That in and of itself should be offensive. That should be a sign to you to say run, because that's really an audition. If I'm saying what I want in a relationship, what I really want in a relationship, X, Y, Z in the future should be X, Y, and Z. Be clear. Tomorrow is a dream. Yesterday is memory. The only thing that we have right now, today, at this very moment, what time is it? 8:12. This is the only thing real in our lives.
At what point do you have the discussion though? Do
No,
you
but
ever
what
have
I'm
the
saying,
discussion?
Constance,
No, you don't, Constance. It's okay.
no, April.
I
that's not-
mean, you could have you. I
finish, Jeff,
think-
let's be clear. None of you are speaking to someone who's incapable of expressing their thoughts orally. So, with that being said, you do have the conversations, but I believe that the experiences, for me, this is a Patrick statement, the experiences carry more leverage than the conversations. I have so many empty conversations with so many empty fucking people. I don't know what I'm going to do. Everyone's talking today. Everyone's talking, but not many people know how to walk anymore because we too busy talking.
Jeff?
I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't agree with what April said about the man should lead that conversation. I think it should be an organic conversation, and because then you make it too rigid. I'll be the first to say that I will tell somebody when I meet them that I'm not looking to get married. I just want to kind of go with the flow. I'm just kind of going with the flow. I don't know what it is, where I'm going, what we're doing, or whatever. Let's just have a good time, and then we'll build from there. But I don't try to set any expectations off top. I think that's kind of a little crazy. And I think you should just kind of let things flow organically and naturally.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's good information to have, because that would not be in line with what I was looking for, because I'll be dating with a purpose. So it'd be like,
yeah, I'm not dating with a purpose.
If you just going with the flow, then that's probably not going to line. So we be just real good friends, basically.
Yeah,
and
I'm not dating with a purpose.
It would be whatever, you know.
I've gotten rejected. This guy told me, you know what, you're not dating with a purpose. I'm dating with a purpose. So I don't think we should talk anymore. I was like, we homies now.
Right.
You my dog now. We can be friends. Because I mean, I wasn't. Yeah, I'm good. With
but I think when you get
I think that's great, because a lot of I've met men on dating apps and stuff, and a lot of them have said I'm dating with a purpose, but they probably be lying. I be thinking they lying, but I just let them know.
I don't even know what that means, you know, but that's not
Before I met my husband, it's funny. I was definitely not dating with a purpose. I was dating for sports. And I honestly had no desire. When I first met my husband, he asked me, do you ever want to get married? Absolutely not. I don't want to get married. One day I hope to find a forever person, but I definitely don't want to get married. I definitely don't want any children. I don't want any of that bullshit. And I met him and everything changed. He wasn't at all what I was expecting. And so when I met him, a lot of my mindset changed because of who he was. And so I have the thought process that I currently have now because of me and my husband. He didn't put that on me. I put that on me. And I say all that because you say that now, and then you meet this forever person, and everything just goes out the window.
But that's why I'm not pressed to be with anybody. I'm not pressed, so I'm not out here like I gotta date with a purpose. It's like, okay, if it happens, it happens, and that'll be awesome. I'm open, but I'm not out here like dating with a purpose. But I want to address that, Jeff. What is it like? What does it look like for you to be dating with a purpose?
Yeah, dating with a purpose.
When you first became
I'm dating with the intention of looking for a long-term relationship. I mean,
has it always been this way for you though, or did you evolve into that? So after you were divorced,
the 30-year-old me wasn't thinking nothing like this.
How long have you been divorced?
I've been divorced for 12 years now.
So 12 years. So you were in your 40s, right? Or in your 30s or 40s?
It's 11 years. 11 years. So
when you first came out of your divorce, were you dating with the purpose, or you was just kind of
when I came out of my divorce, I was like, I'm not getting married no more.
Boom.
Ever again.
And at what point did that change?
I don't know. As I got older and I just started looking at life and looking at things differently, and I started thinking about the institution of marriage and what it really meant, and what does that mean for a relationship. And okay, if you're in a good relationship, or you're in a relationship with the person that works for you, and y'all are connected on that level, then the marriage is great. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And then the marriage part of it really only brings about a legality to it. So, I mean, it kind of just makes it, you know, in the eyes of the state that you're in, you now have rights associated with it, but it's really a binding contract. I mean, if you want to really break it down, because I'm a businessman, it's really just a business decisions. It's a series of business decisions. There's a proposal. The proposal is accepted. You have a ceremony. You have a commencement, and everything is in line with the contract, which are the vows that you took. So, I mean, that's one way to look at it. So, I'm now at the point it's like, okay, it could end in marriage, but I would just rather have a very happy, healthy relationship going forward.
Me too.
And I think I would be good with that.
You're okay with not getting married?
I think I would be okay with it if it was mutually agreed upon. So I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm looking at, could I, couldn't I? I think about the legal ramifications down the road. What does that mean? I mean, I'm not making no more kids, so we ain't having that issue. So the whole procreation thing is already taken care of. So what's the real purpose as far as biblically as it goes? So then it's the legality of it, and what does that really means?
Right. Because that's where I'm at too. I don't think I ever want to get married, because I figure like at this age, I'm damn near 50. They would probably be the same age. We've already established whatever we're going to establish. My shit going to my kids, his shit going to his kids. What is the real purpose of getting married at this point?
Well, again, it brings that legality to it. Something if it came down,
it brings the government in your marriage.
Well, it also brings down if you lying on your deathbed and someone says pull the plug.
My kids.
But what if your kids decide to pull the plug because they want their inheritance?
Well, listen, then it's time for me to go.
Me, I'm naive. I still the magic of love.
So those are the
Patrick,
those are the questions that come up.
You said you believe in the magic of love?
Absolutely.
I do as well. But why do you have to get married in order to have the magic of love?
Constance, is just like April said, right? She had no intentions on getting married when she met her husband. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did I hear you correctly when you said that, April?
Absolutely.
But sometimes when you're in the presence of something that's greater than what you expect, it compels you to do something greater than you would have normally done. So when we start talking about like a relationship and, an ultimate love supreme, I don't expect that love supreme to be consistent with my current state of normalcy. I just don't, and I'm not going to put limits on it. I'm not going to do any of those things. I believe that if that love supreme comes, it's going to compel me again to do something different. But I can't necessarily say that I date with a purpose, but I live with one. And in living with one, I'm hoping that something magical happens within the scope of that experience.
So April, you said you had no intention, but were you open to the idea? Like, were you completely closed off to the idea?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then why even start down the path with your husband, with the person before he was your husband, when he was that stranger in the street? What made you start down that path?
So just in general, I was on a dating site. So I literally dated for fun. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed people's company, and I didn't pay for every date, but I had no problem with paying for dates. Let me put that out there. When I met my husband, we talked on the phone, and we talked on the phone from 10 at night to 3 in the morning. That right there started everything, because our conversation was magical. And it was funny because I wanted to see him the next day. I was like, when are we going to meet? And he's like, oh, my family's coming into town, so I won't be able to see you. Fine. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, no problem. I can have another date tomorrow with somebody else. But he called me that day and was like, I just finished seeing my family. Our conversation was so great. Let's meet. We ended up meeting. We had a date every single week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the following weekend, we saw each other every chance we could see each other. So that was an amazing experience, because I never had that, where I actually wanted to know what you were going to say next. Right. I wanted to see what you were going to wear the next time I saw you. And I also what the funny part about our when we first started dating, and even to this day, we're always trying to find amazing things for the other person to do, or something that we've never done before. So as it relates to my marriage and the relationship that I'm in, we want what's better, not just for us, but we want what's better for the other person. Because when we get to see the other person smile, it's like, wow, this is amazing. I just want to put a smile on your face.
At what point did y'all have the conversation about being exclusive?
He had the conversation with me literally on our 4th date. I took him, yes, and I remember this, our 4th date, I took him to Cirque du Soleil. He was like, okay, well, I'm taking you to a nice restaurant. And at that restaurant, he was like, I just want to let it be known that I'm not just dating you just to date you. I want to see where this is going to go. I see this going somewhere. And at that point, I'm like, and I told him, I'm like, dude, we just met. Somebody needs to calm down.
That's what you said to him?
100%. But I still enjoy your company, so let's keep enjoying each other's company. I ended up saying, fine, let's see where this goes. And it's funny because 3 years into our marriage.
So just to be clear, you told him, slow down. I still enjoy your company, but since this is what you want, let's see where it goes.
No, it was about date number probably like 6 or 7 when I was like, okay, let's see where this is gonna go.
So you told him to slow down on date 4, and on date 7, you said, okay, let's see what's up.
Right.
Okay.
And he ended up being my boyfriend. Around 3 years later, he asked me to marry him.
So he asked to be your boyfriend at the 7th date?
He asked to be my boyfriend on the 4th date.
On the 4th date, but you said nah. And on the 7th date, you was like, yeah.
On the 7th date, I was like, all right.
April's on the stand right now. April's on the stand right now.
Look, I had no problem with it. It was amazing.
No, you're not on the stand. I'm just trying to get some understanding because I'm trying to follow. I'm following along with it, but it also, we talk about the conversation, huh?
Well, my husband's been married before, and my husband didn't want. My husband was like, "You don't want to be in. You want to get married? Bad. Neither do I."
Right.
But it was funny because there was a situation that happened to him where he almost got in a car accident. And exactly what you said. Well, what's going to happen if there's, who's gonna sign documents? Who's going to take care of you? Who's going to whatever? And he said that he had that moment where he thought about it. It was like, I don't want it to be anybody else but you. When he said that, all of a sudden I thought about the same thing, and I'm like, I don't want it to be anybody else but you. So fine, if we're going to have to get the government involved, I don't want to get the government involved with anybody else but you.
Right.
And so I can assure you there's not going to be another marriage.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if he decides to walk away, I'm not going through this again. It's the best thing ever, but it's constant work. I don't want to work for anybody else but him.
Have you been married before?
No, I never wanted to be married. Never.
Even just as a child growing up to this point. Okay.
I never saw a successful marriage. I've never seen I've never seen a happy ending. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want that. Gotcha. And I didn't. It's funny because y'all was talking about the marriage and everything, wedding and blah 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 blah. I didn't even want all of that. We had a pop-up wedding. I was like, I'm not spending any money on no damn wedding for everybody else to come eat cake. No. And we had the best wedding. People still talk about it to this day.
April, I love that you put it in that perspective because everything that you describe exclusively surrounds love.
It describes the doing. It is
It describes the doing
and being aware and
all of it. Right.
You don't have to reaffirm every day. He spent time with you. You knew his intentions by his actions.
Right.
When he called you the next day and said, I wanted to see you, and then I want to see you, and then I want to see you.
You know how many other guys called me and said, I want to see you, I want to see you, I want to see you?
Doesn't matter.
That I enjoyed your company, but not on the same level. So my thing is,
did you want to be seen?
Right.
But here's the thing though. I heard that from other people. So if I would have heard that.
But you didn't feel the same way about them.
You didn't feel the same.
If he didn't say it. If he didn't say it, yes, I'd feel something. I feel that he wants to be with me. I feel that he wants to spend time with me, but I wouldn't know that he wants what he wants the way he wants it. And so I will say to you men, what a woman wants, because we always talk about what a man needs and what a man wants. Okay, so let me put it out there. What a woman wants is for you to articulate exactly what it is that you want. And a woman is going to want to talk it through to make sure that she understands from end to end. She wants to understand this is exactly what you mean.
So
that's not what you did.
There are no understanding.
That's not what you did, though.
Right. That's not. What you,
that is what I did. I mean, that's
Well,
what I
that's
did.
not what you described.
April,
That's
but
not
you know,
what described.
but what can we say? Here's the point. The point is this.
So
Bottom line
hold
is-
on. I'm hold on. I'm saying that give the woman what she needs and tell her what you need.
But April, you leaving out your part. You were also just as energetic about him as he was about you.
What's about you?
You gave him the green light to move through all that. If you're sitting back and you weren't saying anything and you were being coy and sitting back and not doing whatever, not showing that same energy, not showing that you wanted to have the conversation, you wanted to stay up and talk on the phone. You want to figure out what he was going to wear, where y'all were going to go, what y'all were going to do.
It all out.
You're within 4 dates offering to take him to Cirque du Soleil, and I know that's gonna be a nice little event to go to. So you're putting in almost as much energy as he's putting in. So I told you had the unicorn going. So I'm saying you can't look at it as the same way. If you're putting that same kind of energy, you're stoking the fire, and that feeds, and both one thing feeds the other, and then y'all build on that. It wasn't just him communicating. One thing, you just receiving.
Exactly. I mean,
I'm not saying that. I was definitely communicating with him as well.
Things that makes it so challenging. I mean, when we start talking about relationships, it almost feels like we're going down a rabbit hole, man.
Yeah,
it really does. It feels like we're going down a rabbit hole. April, you have a successful marriage.
Yeah,
it was beautiful, and the way you told a story, I was there with you at Cirque du Soleil, and I was sitting beside him, watching you watch him. I was there. Beautiful story, a beautiful story. So when you prefaced it with, oh, well, he was the, what I'm saying, other men articulated it, but, XYZ. Yeah, they said it. You say that men should communicate what it is that they want from a woman, from women. Those other men did articulate it to you.
Right.
The bottom line is that you just weren't feeling them the same way you were feeling them.
Correct.
That's just it.
But I think you guys are men of a certain age, because or not even men of a certain age, men of a certain caliber and maturity. I think, in my opinion, with as communicative as you are, you would communicate in some manner what your intentions are. Every man is not like you, and you guys are real good, solid stand-up men who actually know what you want. You ain't got time to be playing no games. You know what I mean? And so it makes a difference. Everybody is not like.
Yeah, but I could tell you from a fact, if I'm throwing bass and you throwing mid range, the song ain't gonna go.
Yeah,
it's not gonna go. So if I'm coming and I'm saying all of this, or if I'm saying I want to see you like I don't know. See, even with April in the beginning, he said I had family coming into town. She was already in her mind. Don't worry about it. I got another one that I can go out with. And had he not made the phone call when he did, because she probably could have had, if he had waited another 10 minutes or an hour, she would have had another date and been out the door. He would have never been able to make that phone call, and that it could have taken a whole different path. But he made that phone call. She was there to receive it, and she did decide to go out with him, because she could have said, you know what, appreciate you calling me back, but I already have plans now. So we could have gone through that whole cat and mouse game. And he could have been communicating. He could have been feeling her and all of this. And she could have been feeling him. Right. But she already knew in her mind, because she didn't want anything serious. Hey, don't worry about it. You got plans? No problem. I got plans too. As soon as you hang up this phone, I'm going to make another call. And so, and then you would say, if a guy was to do that, we'd be playing the game, right? We would be having just another woman on standby who we could just go out with.
I don't think it's playing the game.
Why is it not playing the game now?
I don't think it's playing the game until you've made it your known intention that you were exclusive with the person.
You mean to tell me if I describe this exact scenario in reverse, y'all would be looking at the guy like he was like,
No. Here's the thing, Jeff.
I'm not rabbit hole constant.
No, but can I just say this? I'm not naive enough to think that you're not seeing anybody else. So if I start seeing you, you got to know that I might be talking to 2 or 3 or 10, other guys. So I'm not. Don't be naive to think about you're the only person. Then what are you saying? That's not what
I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that you talk about you want us to state and do this. She's had other guys, like Patrick said, she's had other guys that stated it. She just wasn't feeling them. So you got to give something. If she's giving something and he's giving something, then they feed each other, and that's the way it grows.
So how is she playing the game, though? Let's go back.
In the beginning, when she said,
I don't even know how we got on the topic of the game, honestly.
Oh, I brought it back up because we were talking about April was saying that. Because April was saying that when he told her that they were going to go out the next day, but she's like, I can't go out because I have family in town. She was like, yeah, no problem. I got somebody else I'm gonna call, and I'll have another date in about 20 minutes.
That's not playing the game though, because they were just kind of seeing each other. So I could see
we weren't seeing each other. That was our first conversation.
So that wouldn't be playing the game.
Look, man,
No, the game is when you've made it exclusive, or you made your intentions known. I'm just dealing with you. That's the game.
see, again,
That's the game.
for me,
Okay.
in a relationship, my intentions developed. My intentions will develop over time, right? I mean, because I go into a relationship, I'm not going in putting marriage on someone that I just met at
Right.
Starbucks.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? If we had a great conversation at
scared.
Starbucks,
You don't know what your
and
intentions
a
are
great
when you get started.
conversation somewhere else, and then it just evolves over time. I think that we put too much absolution on something in the very beginning rather than just
I
embracing
agree
the
with that.
experience as it comes. You know,
I have to agree with that wholeheartedly.
yeah, I mean, and April, that's been the thing that I've been trying to, articulate the entire podcast.
Well, you failed me. No, I'm just joking.
Embrace.
An hour and a half later, he finally got to say it.
No, brother. Listen, we were in the rabbit hole. We were in the
Okay, so
You're right.
let me shift
Right.
gears. Can I
You're
shift
right.
gears real quick? Can I shift gears real quick? So I got a couple of people that I want to ask you about, because we're talking about successful men who get a pass for cheating, right? So
Yeah.
let me ask you, and I want you to just tell me what you think about this person. So I don't know if you guys heard about this guy Joe Smith and his wife
Don't know.
Keisha Chavis. Do you know?
Don't know.
So he's an basketball player,
Is she the one with the For You Only Fans page or something?
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So he found out that she had an OnlyFans,
That's
right?
not
And he's
dope.
mad, and he left her. But the reason why he found out was because his side piece told him, and that she had an OnlyFans. So he gets mad. He walks out. So he was cheating. She was staying. He made $60 million over his career. But now they broke. So she was like, I got it. And she's an ex-porn star, by the way. But she's like, I gotta do
He
what I
knew
gotta
what he was getting.
Yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do to get it.
I mean,
But
Joe,
my thing is,
what's his
it
name
ain't no
again?
fun when the rabbits got the gun, right? So he was cheating.
What's his
Besides-
name?
Joe Smith, Joe something.
This is why I love.
Yeah,
This
but
is
I think that's a
love
little
Beyonce
that's a
so
little
much.
different. That's a little different scenario
why I
because
love
they're
Beyonce
broke.
so much. Joe,
and
hey,
she,
Joe knew that it was his money. It was not his face. It wasn't even his style. You know what I'm saying? It was Joe got on a K&G suit with $60 million. He know it ain't his face or his style. Look, I don't give a damn. I mean, that's the truth. He know what it is. The rabbit got the gun. Period. Done. That's it.
No, but for her, she was bringing the money to him.
60 million?
The porn
Mm-mm.
star.
No. They had $60 million. They were
OnlyFans.
going broke. She used her OnlyFans money and brought it to him to get them out of debt.
Oh, but he knew what he was getting when he took it off the lot.
So
You know what I'm
it's like
saying?
it's nothing for him to even get worried about.
He was getting when he took it off the lot.
Okay, so my biggest thing is the respect. Like you busting it wide open, for a check for the whole world to see, and you expect your man to be okay with it.
He married a porn star.
No. But past tense was a porn star. You married now, and you're no longer a porn star, and you start an OnlyFans. Here's my thing: your man knows that you used to be a porn star. Out of respect, you should go to your man and say, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know that I used to be a porn star, so I'm about to go ahead and bust it wide open real quick on OnlyFans and make us a couple dollars." That would be the right thing to do.
If you got an old truck that works because the new one broke down and you need to get somewhere, is you gonna take the old truck, or you gonna wait and say, you know what? Let me get permission to take this truck and go.
Man,
I'm mad at him, but I'm not mad at him.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
All right, let me go to the next one.
Porn was like a tool for her, man. It wasn't.
Let me go to the next one. Now, some people say this is the ultimate bag drop. What do you think?
What is that? What is this?
I don't remember what was his situation.
He was with Halle Berry.
Man,
is that it?
They say Halle was 2 sandwiches short of a picnic, though.
I'm not the one who said that. I'm not the one.
I've heard that.
I'm not the one who said that, but I heard that.
I heard that. I heard that.
And he cheated on her, but people are saying that he dropped the bag on that one. What do y'all think?
Oh, Eric Benet. Do you know? I'm sorry. Thank you, Jamie. I'm sitting here like, wait, who is that again? That's sad. Y'all talk about me, but do it tomorrow afternoon. Please don't do it today.
Yeah,
I did not realize that was Eric Benet.
If he was in a relationship with her because of the bag, the relationship was screwed up from the beginning.
Constance, can you put the picture back up, please? And thank you. Oh, what? You know what it is? It's because he used to have locks.
Yes.
Like 50 million years ago, girl, bye. Didn't you open up for him?
Huh?
Didn't you open up for him?
Not Eric Benet. I opened up for Kenny Latimer. That's who you're thinking about.
Okay. All right. Here go another one. Y'all ready?
Yep.
This one got to pass.
We already know what that was.
Listen.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was 100% money grab on her part.
I mean, let's be. I can't.
She was getting her bag.
I can't say what I want to say, but I ain't gonna say it.
No, go ahead, please. By all means.
He don't want the Beehive coming after him.
Go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead. Speak freely. Come on, brother.
Everybody knows that I love Beyonce, so
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it. But what I am gonna say is that let's say he's a customer service manager at Walgreens. In that same
that's a big job.
Would the response have been the same?
No.
No, go ahead.
All right, that's all I'm saying. Look at April.
All right. Here goes one.
April lighting sage up in that joint, man.
Right.
Here go one. Here go one. Y'all ready?
Yep.
I know
Dr.
that was a tough.
Nobody that say nothing bad about Dr. Martin Luther King.
That brother, listen.
Hey.
Everybody know Martin.
Hey, Martin, Malcolm.
No, they said Malcolm was a monk. Malcolm wasn't doing it.
Oh, who was it?
It's all Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, Jesse Jackson. You know,
I mean, but what? I mean, so you're saying that they shouldn't get a pass, or they did get a pass, or what?
They did get a pass.
They got big passes.
They got huge passes for sure.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Big old passes.
Yeah. Don't you think?
For sure.
So. Yeah, sure.
Let me show you guys something. And I want your opinion on this. Let's see.
It's
two
bad.
people that involved in the divorce.
Yeah, but no, I never talked about this. I'm glad you guys are asking because I don't mind talking about that. But I was bad. She was awesome. She really was. It was all me. I was just look. We don't need to talk about what I was doing, but I wasn't protecting her and protecting those vows. So when you live that double life, you get caught up in. So I'm not gonna say it was her. It was all me because she was. Look, she did exactly what she's supposed to do. Gave me beautiful kids, take care of the house, take care of corporate stuff. It was just all me. Sometimes when you make a lot of mistakes like that, you can't really come back from that. But as I get older and dwell on situations, I can honestly say it was all me.
Are there things from that time you would change? And do you believe if you changed them, you'd still like to?
Okay.
There you go. You trying to be fancy, man.
I know. I was trying to do something.
I don't think you two wanted to play, but that right there was an act of humility and just all of the things. Yeah,
and
we can kill it. We know what's going on here.
Yeah, we know what's going on here, Constance.
Yeah.
I see the whole thing.
Situation.
So what do y'all think?
I mean, it's
humility.
He realized what it was. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
And so do you think that in those situations, I mean, it takes a big man to admit that, right?
Absolutely.
And it really begs the question that is it all that you got going on outside? Is it really worth it? Is it really worth cheating? I'm sure he got many passes. He said he still takes care of his ex-wife to this day and his other baby mama to this day because as a man, he feels that it's his responsibility to protect and provide.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't. As far as taking care of the ex-wife, that's just a thing that, But taking care of the kids, and of course, if she benefits from that, then absolutely. But the main thing is taking care of the kids, the people that you are responsible for.
Yeah,
Mhm.
kids didn't ask to be here, so you got
Yeah.
Right.
right.
And then, so you don't say, okay, well, I'm only going to give you so much money because it's just for the kids, because the kids still stay with the mother and she has to do this. So you give the money that's necessary for the kids to live a certain lifestyle that they got accustomed to.
Mhm.
And if the ex-wife benefits from that somewhat, you can't be sitting there being like, well, why'd you take $10 for yourself to go have lunch or something? So
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
So to go back to the original question, do successful men get a pass to cheat? I think that some do.
Listen.
I would say this. It depends on a few things. Number one, how you maintain your shit. You have a lot of women who are in high level positions who say, I'm fine with what you do, whatever you do, as long as my name isn't out there in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
And don't embarrass me. Don't let the world find out about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a jaded situation. I feel like, not saying that that's what the case is, but I feel that that's what you end up having when you have those types of situations. If he's taking care of everything that he needs to take care of, meaning if she doesn't feel like she's second, if she doesn't even know that you're cheating, maybe she knows, but she doesn't feel it, meaning there's no break in the time that you're spending with her.
But is it true that, like Real Drifter said, a lot of women are thinking about the money first, and that's the reason why they're not willing to walk away?
Right.
In a lot of instances, yes, you do.
mean, it's just an inconvenience, really.
I mean, we are having conversations about men being ostracized for taking a woman to Cheesecake Factory on a first date. I mean,
that's bullshit, though.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Somebody who can't afford to go to Cheesecake Factory themselves. So,
yeah. Again, I think that we as people, we've complicated relationships. We really have.
I think the problem, especially with all these podcasts, is that just like you said, we paint everybody with a broad brush and we have all these absolutions, and that's really not what it should be, because everyone is different. And you cannot say that everybody, you can't say that what works for you is going to work for you. But it is good to get everyone's opinion. It's just not good to put your opinion on everybody or what they should be doing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say that, because like I hear the whole 50-50 thing. And I say, you know what? I've never gone 50-50. When I was married, I never gone 50-50. I paid for 100% of everything. So I don't even know about the 50-50. The 50-50 would have been nice because I paid for everything. But I mean, it's just those things that people say that men aren't real men if they make the women pay for anything. But people put their opinions on it. And for me, actually, at one time that worked for me. That worked.
And sometimes, Constance, everybody's opinion is just noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, say that louder.
It's just noise.
Absolutely. So y'all, go ahead.
Wait, before you change the subject or do anything, can I change the subject for 30 seconds?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys. I have to do this. Did anybody see Scarface on Tiny Desk?
Listen, let me tell you something about Scarface on Tiny Desk. I didn't even know he played the guitar, but I'm glad you said that.
No, Scarface is freaking genius.
It's outrageous.
Thank you.
If you haven't seen it, you got to see it.
Please, everyone watch. Okay, I'm sorry, Constance. Continue. What were you saying?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
I think you were closing the show, Constance, is what you were doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're not.
Wait. I just want to hold on real quick. Let me see. You said Scarface on Tiny.
Oh, you're not getting ready to pull that up, are you?
I just want to see what she was talking about real quick.
It's fire. It's fire.
I saw the previews, but I didn't look at it. Let's see.
Listen, this is a little bit of it. If you haven't seen, for those of you who are watching this is a must watch.
I did not know he played the guitar.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Wow.
I swear, I cannot wait till I get on Tiny Desk. That's the one I want to do a Tiny Desk.
You still want to do a Tiny Desk?
Yes, I want to do a Tiny Desk.
Well, you are done. Guess what? Jeff plays the keys.
Well, I have two.
Patrick plays the guitar. I play the bass. April sings. We got a whole band here.
April, like I got my own band. Y'all need to stop playing.
Right.
That's exactly what she's saying. Shout out to my band.
Have you guys heard
Like,
April?
y'all better stop playing around.
April's gonna communicate all of her musical needs, you know.
Now you broke my heart for the evening. If my sheep moving, you confusing. Should I just sit back, walk harder? When this girl singing, you can't match me sound. Melanin popping, so kissing it round. They say I'm crazy, but you call me oh, baby. Don't say. Okay, good. What I do? Oh, mama, say what should I do? Get down to the beat, go fast and all I want. I'm in this place, stop crying to see. Because it's me. Three in the morning, the pancake. 4 in the morning, you be rolling through mine. 5 in the morning. 6 in the morning, you be here starting to shine. Everybody move, do the work, do the work. Say you wanna bump and bump with us. Don't cry in the kitchen.
Yeah.
All right. Where were you performing around here? Because I thought you looked familiar, huh?
I love April's face every time we come back from that.
It makes my ass itch. You ever had itchy ass?
But you know what? What makes your ass itch makes the rest of our heart full.
Ooh.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
I'm gonna give you another one. Thank you. Look at God, hallelujah, holla back. I'm gonna give you another video to post.
Well, yeah, give me another video to post.
Okay.
She did Tiny Desk audition too. That I'll put that up next for next time. Thank you. I'll do that one. Yeah.
I didn't know you did a Tiny Desk audition.
I did a Tiny Desk audition. Yeah. I'm sorry.
April's a dope performer. Jeff, are you still playing?
Nah.
No, you didn't
No,
put that to
man.
side.
Yeah.
What did you play with, Jeff?
Just local bands. Did a little bit with Genuine. That's nothing major.
Okay. I only opened up for Genuine once.
And then Patrick sang for D'Angelo, sang background for
I
D'Angelo.
didn't did anything with D'Angelo, which I would love to.
I tell you, we need to bring Black music back. Once upon a time, we actually had something to say. Now we don't have nothing to say anymore, man.
Absolutely. We're not even creating music.
Yeah, I mean, I did write a song for both of y'all, so I just want to put that out there. I did write a song for y'all. It's called Manthem.
It's called what?
Manthem.
Manthem.
How it go? Sing it. Sing it, April.
Let's hear it. Yeah, let's hear it.
I don't know if y'all can hear me. I literally just got over the vid, so no.
We can hear you sing.
Hmm?
If we can hear you talk, and you said a lot tonight, we can definitely hear you sing. Go for it. What you got?
He got the world on his shoulders. He got the world up on his shoulders. He looking better when he's older. Strongest thing that ever walked the planet. So lift him up and get his man some credit. A black man. Oh Lord Jesus. It's called Manthem. It's about beautiful black men.
I love the lyrics.
Beautiful. And we got two beautiful chocolate brothers on with us tonight, you guys. So thank you for this discussion. This was a well-needed discussion.
It's been a pleasure.
And I appreciate you guys taking 2 hours out your time because we've been on here for a minute. But this has been a great conversation. And some folks I'm seeing on here, some people have been with us from the beginning for the entire 2 hours.
Wow.
So thank you for staying on with us. I appreciate
your podcast normally go this long?
About an hour. So you guys were so engaging, and I would have stayed on yours with y'all out, even longer had I not had to get off from my Net 7 meeting. But I had a good time with Jeff and his brothers. You guys tell them where that they can find you. Well, first of all, I wanted to know if you have any last comments to say about the topic, and then tell them where they can find you and where they can follow you and your podcast, Jeff.
For me, y'all just be safe out there, man. Just be honest with yourselves. That's the main thing. Be honest with yourselves, and the rest of it should fall in line. But this is Jeff Gordon with In Brotherly Love. You can find us on, we have a Facebook page, which is In Brotherly Love. We're on every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. And just three educated brothers, just talking about life and chatting it up. So hope to see you.
They brothers in real life. Jeff owns an IT firm. What's the name of your IT firm, Jeff?
Aperion Business Solutions. My other brother, Jay Wendell, he's called the Warrior Lawyer.
Hey, I know your brother. You tell your brother I said hey.
I will. And then my other brother, Jason, who's the athletic director at Wise. So.
Oh, tell Jay I said hey.
Yeah.
All right, I ain't mean to stop. Like, that's my homeboy.
Okay, Mr. Patrick, any final words and what can they
so for me, man, as we approach the holiday season, just keep in perspective, man, that the true purpose of this season is to enjoy the people that love you and spend time with the people that you love. Again, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at the Human Movement, I2M Human, and the Human Movement. I have a podcast as well as a blog. Looking forward to 2024.
Amen.
Sure.
Miss Sampay.
You can follow me everywhere, April Sampay. I do have a podcast as well. Well, actually now 2. We do Ugly Girl Talk every second Monday and fourth Monday. Every third Monday, we do something called The Porch, where all of my elementary school friends get together and talk about real shit. None of us are alike, so we all are constantly arguing, and it makes life amazing. So, well, just because when you bring people who are not necessarily like-minded, what you uncover is that you're learning something. When you bring people who don't do the same thing and know the same thing, you're not learning. So, it makes life a little bit better.
More colorful, for sure.
Yeah,
spicy,
beautiful.
Right.
Where can they follow you, Abe?
Everywhere, April Sampay. My website is aprilsampay.com. Instagram, Facebook, I guess TikTok and the YouTube, April Sampay. So follow me and let's build.
All right. And I just want to thank everybody for just staying on with us. This has been a very extremely engaging conversation. We need to do this often because I know that they want to see you guys, and you guys have so much great information to contribute. Very highly intelligent people, highly intelligent conversations. I love it all. I'm taking it all in. My thing is this. I just want to enhance and uplift our people in every way possible, whether it be financial, spiritually, familial, just in a holistic way. And whatever way we can do, whatever we can do to uplift our people. Because we're talking about things that we're talking about, but at the end of the day, we're just talking about, how we can add value into each other's lives. And that's what it all came down to with all 4 of us. What can we do to add value into somebody's life? How can we be in love? How can we treat each other better? And this is what I love. I love this. I love this for us. And I love Black people. I really do love y'all for real in real life. So I appreciate you guys coming on here. And I appreciate all the people who listen from all over the world. You guys are dope and amazing. You can follow me on I Am Constance Carter on Facebook, on Instagram, and then CC, the CEO, want to change your life? Come see me, yo, on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. And again, I love y'all for real in real life. Thank you again.